you can go back, but some things that are said, I feel like those will always leave a scar on the relationship.
And you know what? That is what happened with my ex-fiance. Really? I always call it the one bad night syndrome.
Oh, God.
And I have this issue that if I have one bad night with someone, just one like really, really bad night that's unforgettable, I am over it. Like, I lose feelings instantly.
Yeah.
And I can't go back, no matter how much I was mentally when, I was going through this long relationship. Right. And there were times we should have broken up. I could name like 7 different fights that were terrible or things that have happened in our relationship. It was like the me show, our whole relationship. I feel terrible.
Yeah.
And he didn't know at the time, like, I was like probably most likely going towards a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Because he never thought we would end. And neither did I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I ended it with him in the winter, right after we were supposed to elope.
Wow.
We did go to the elopement. We were going to have a wedding.
So you were in Bethlehem, planning the celebration part of your wedding. You got on a plane to go where? Florida. So you were going to elope.
Because I had not felt it in a while, and I wasn't honest with myself about that. So I had gone through a lot the year I was engaged.
Yeah.
And it was a very transformative year for me, and I grew up. I was forced to grow up.
Odd that he didn't pick up on anything leading up to this moment.
Exactly, and you know what?
He had no idea that there was anything remotely wrong.
But that was honestly a flag to me.
That is a huge
It was a red flag.
Yeah.
That he wasn't noticing that I was falling out of it. That I actually had realized, I feel like mentally I've been single since last spring.
Yeah.
Not because he was bad. He was a great partner and a great person to get through everything that life threw at me in 2020. And I had to be a big girl and do it on my own. Colin couldn't help me. I said, that's another factor with how I knew I wasn't.
Yeah, because you were no longer enjoying sex.
Yeah. Being so public in my last relationship, 100%.
Yeah.
Will I ever be super public in my next relationships? Never.
Yeah.
But I ultimately had to hit a really bad rock bottom in order to find light, God, spirituality.
When you're talking rock bottom, are you referencing a pivotal moment that happened in your life? Yeah, the mistake. As we said before, I really hope that one day you have the chance to speak candidly about that, because I know your side and I appreciate and see your side. Truly, and I know that we spoke a lot throughout that time.
You're a great person.
Stop trying to get me going. But that was I know that was so hard for you. Do you think it's changed you as a person?
Mm-hmm. And I think anytime, and don't feel bad for bringing it up. I always get like this when it's brought up.
Sure.
I think, sometimes if stuff like that doesn't happen, what's going to happen then? I think that was the only way to pull me out of my problems and stand back and look at myself as a whole and just be like, shit's gotta fucking change.
Yeah.
You could do fucking better. I said that to myself.
Yeah.
And, I do wish I could tell the entire story one day.
Well, even talking about it, I'm not sure if the whole story is what matters. I think that hearing someone's perspective in, you called it the mistake, sometimes these things are mistakes, and that costs someone their life. Do you know what I mean? It's the split decision, and there is no room for error in today's day and age. And I think it's so easy to like get on these trains of like, you know, these morality and like ethics trains, but we've all made mistakes like that. Yeah. And so I think that people, you know, giving your fans the chance to rehumanize you in this, and that's just talking about it like candidly, not in saying everything that happened, but candidly in like showing your emotions about it. Like you're allowed to have emotions about it.
Thank you.
Of course. You're like a human and people forget that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry that happened to you.
Thank you. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to like play the sympathy card here, but hey guys, it was a really hard time.
A really hard time.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I already was pretty insecure before getting into the industry, hence my many phases of trying to look like other people.
Yeah.
And
what did you try to look like?
obviously I tried to look like Ariana Grande for the longest time, and that like it was a phase for sure because I was very insecure.
Yeah.
And I think once I discovered like plastic surgery, I think I started like getting out of that phase.
Yeah.
And